All right, so a quick update on the trial of Jonathon Majors. So, Jonathon Majors will be going to trial later this summer on domestic violence charges. He appeared briefly Tuesday morning in a Manhattan criminal court to learn his trial has been set to start August 3rd. Majors is looking at up to a year behind bars if found guilty on the misdemeanor claims stemming from his late-night March 25th arrest. Originally scheduled for last week, okay, so I'm not insane, I knew that this came late. Today's hearing lasted just more than 2 minutes. Dropped in April, but this is just all the crap that's happened to him. All right. Majors' defense team has insisted their client is not guilty of any assault claims, as they've been saying all along. Today, Majors appeared before Pauly, flanked by 2 attorneys and wearing a dark brown sport coat and white shirt. Noting the full temporary order protection granted on April 27th for the woman in question, the judge reminded Majors that he could have no contact whatsoever with the woman and keep in touch with court officials in the weeks leading up to the trial date. If Majors were to fail to respond to any court orders or not appear for his trial, Pauly said he could be arrested and convicted in absentia. I obviously do not want that to happen, she said. Yes, Your Honor, Majors replied. Pauly then dismissed the parties, wishing them best of luck. Beginning in the hours after Majors' arrest almost 3 months ago, his arraignment and subsequent release, lawyers for the magazine Dreams actor have been adamant that he's completely innocent and is probably the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows. Attempting to turn the spotlight on the alleged victim, a former girlfriend, attorney Priya Chaudhry, he said she expects these charges to be dropped soon. With the charges clearly not being dropped by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, the defense team has taken to slamming the situation as a witch hunt and a sign of the racial bias that permeates the criminal justice system. Majors' lawyers have also been putting out videos, text messages, and other material showing the alleged female victim out clubbing, asking for forgiveness, and apparently unharmed over the March weekend in question. Okay, now before I continue, so much wrong with this. First off, it's entirely possible that there's racial bias. That wouldn't be anything new. But putting evidence for your case on blast to anybody and everybody, are we sure that's a good strategy? I mean, and not to mention, victim blaming. Now, granted, it's entirely possible she made this up, and that's fine, but that's what the court is for. Why are you making this available to the public? It just does not make it look good. The optics suck. That's a different perspective than the one offered by the police and prosecutors. A preliminary investigation determined that a 33-year-old male was involved in a domestic dispute with a 30-year-old female, said the NYPD on March 27th, of the incident involving Majors, who was the one to call 911 to his Chelsea apartment that night. The victim informed police she was assaulted. Officers placed the 33-year-old male into custody without incident. The victim sustained minor injuries to her back and neck and was removed to an area hospital in stable condition. Despite the charges and controversy, Disney and Marvel have stayed silent so far about Majors' future in the MCU. Still set for the long-completed second season of Loki on Disney+, Majors' villainous Kang character looked poised earlier this year to become the heart of the latest phase of Marvel's mega franchise. Tuesday's hearing in Manhattan comes less than a week after Disney moved the release dates for both Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars by a year to 2026 and 2027 respectively. Whether this is a result of the ongoing Writers Guild strike or Majors' legal issues play a role is to be determined. I'm going to guess it's more the writer's strike, more so than what's happening with Jonathon Majors. Because, it's entirely possible that Marvel has this outlook of let's see what happens before we just destroy this man's career completely. Let's first make sure he's actually guilty of this thing before we destroy his career. Once he's found guilty, then drop him like a stone. But for now, let's not. In the meantime, Majors has seen, we know that. After today's hearing, Chaudhry put out a statement claiming in part that last week we delivered additional compelling evidence to the district attorney, clearly proving the alleged victim's assault on Jonathon Majors and not the other way around. With a mix of defeat and optimism, plus a bit of shade, the lawyer added. Okay. Following this, we strongly requested the district attorney dismiss all charges against Mr. Majors immediately and initiate proceedings against the alleged victim, holding her accountable for her crimes. While we are hopeful that the district attorney is reviewing these materials in good faith and will do the right thing soon to accelerate our case, we request a trial date ASAP. So that's all I have on that for now. So did it actually mention my short-term memory is really going. Let me see. When is his trial date? Maybe it doesn't say. I could have sworn it actually gave a trial date. Anyway. So, I thought they previously had pushed that it was August 3rd, but I could be wrong. Okay, so that's all I have for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.